If you turn on CNBC and Bloomberg and you don't believe what you see, then this ain't the game for you, because at least in these markets, they are as neutral as they possibly can be. They can't even be political on CNBC and Bloomberg. They only talk about money. It's really one of the safe places to be where you don't have to worry about politics. And if you don't want to listen to a CEO like Jensen Huang talk about his company Nvidia because you don't trust him, because you were on YouTube and you're a skepticist on AI and all, those are the type of people you do not need to be around. They will keep you out of the things that are making you money. I see it every day, all day, every day, twice on Tuesday. Vet the people that you're talking to. All right, vet me. That's why I put my receipts here. These are receipt towers. Not only are these receipt towers, guys, these are my receipts for my best gains. And I even gave y'all a list of the worst companies in my portfolio right now. Who's going to do that? Who's going to show you the worst and the best part of their portfolio? Not these YouTubers. So, a 82% return is something that you could have made. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to make it every day, but it at least allows you to understand that, oh, I can see why Joel wants to do this in 10 trades. The boy in the last 4 days showed you 4 trades that paid out at least 80% to like 2,000 in just the last 4 days. That's just 4 of the 10 days. You put 6 more there, you got there. $2,400 would have been worth $4,000. $1,000, guys. $1,000 would have been worth about 2,000. About 2,000. About 2,000. About 2,000. About 2,000. About 2,000. Less than a company if it can't grow 10 times its value. Like, what's the reason for me buying it? I'll just go buy a CD. If that company can't grow 10 times its value, I'm not buying it. A lot of you don't even understand what that means. It's not by looking at the stock price. Stock price is an illusion. Y'all see how I'm not even showing stock price? There's a reason for that. When you guys go on other sites, they're always talking stock price, stock price, stock price. Stock price is an illusion. Stock price is your price. Your price on what you want to invest in that company is the stock price. I want you guys to focus on the companies you want to buy. Stop looking at the stock price. It's keeping you guys out of great companies. If you want to invest $10 in Apple, then invest $10 in Apple. Stop looking at the stock price. I don't know the stock price of companies, but I do know their market cap, because market cap is where you make your money. And if I don't think that market cap can grow 10 times its value, I won't buy that company, because I'm not thinking like you guys. I'm thinking a $10,000. Every time I invest in something, I'm thinking my $10,000 needs to be worth $100,000, period. When do you sell, Joel? When it reaches 100,000. Why 100,000? Because I'm buying the company so that it can 10x. I don't care what the stock price is, because they can do a reverse stock split 27 times on my way of making 10,000 worth 100. I don't get caught up in stock price. I could care less. The stock price can be $1,002,000. And if I'm going to put 10,000 in it, I'm going to put 10,000 in it. I don't care about a stock price. Y'all care about stock prices. I don't. And it's not because I have enough money. It's because I don't care. A lot of you guys are losing out on Bitcoin because you're so infatuated with the $100,000 number, because you're like, who in their right mind would buy a $100,000 coin? This guy right here. Just because you can't doesn't mean that other billionaires can't. If I told you that 100,000 was going to be worth $1 million one day, would you buy it? If I told you that 100,000 was going to be worth 10 million, it don't seem too small then. Because that's how much I'm not even looking at the stock price. The reason why I think Bitcoin can reach $1 million is because I think that its market cap can go from 1 trillion to 10 trillion. It's very simple math. Why do I think it can get to 10 trillion? Because gold is 30 trillion. Gold is 30 trillion. They want Bitcoin to be digital gold. So therefore, Bitcoin has to be worth 30 trillion. If Bitcoin gets to 30 trillion and it's, let's just say 3 trillion now, that means it can grow 10 times its value. If it's $100,000 coin, it will reach 1 million bucks. It's simple math. I don't get caught up in the cost or how much it was. I bought Bitcoin when it was $5,000. Why? Because I thought one day Bitcoin was going to be $1 trillion market cap. And guess what, guys? It got to $1 trillion. And that 5,000 went to 50,000. Oh, 5,000 is a lot of money. I don't know if I want to invest in Bitcoin. Want to invest 50, invest 100, invest 10. I had it. But you don't have to own a full coin or a full share. You just need to have a piece of that company. Okay. So when you're reading charts, guys, when you're reading charts are very easy to read. That's why I haven't spent any time looking at it. Charts are going to read from the left to the right. From the left to the right. I don't think I've ever seen a chart that read from the right to the left. Charts read from the left to the right. The time frame is always going to be at the bottom of the chart. The price is always going to be on the right side. So you might see April, May, June, July, August at the bottom. And then on the right side, you'll see 200, 400, 600, 800. It will go up. So as time goes by, the price should go up. If you buy something and the time goes this way, right? But the price goes this way, you shouldn't be buying it. Thank you for the heartbeats. And that's what a lot of you guys do. Thank you, Mrs. Treetop. Mark said AI is the God and the devil. Hey, it's just like in the stock market. You got your bulls and your bears. You got your angel and your devil. You gotta have that balance. So let's get into a real chart. All right. Again, if you haven't downloaded this, download it now on your phone. Do it. I wish I was getting paid off of it. Y'all know how much I would have made $1 million already if I got a percent every time you guys downloaded this particular app. So I'm kind of angry because I'm pushing this and I ain't getting nothing from it. But you guys need to download this or pull it up on another device. It's free. It's free. Don't y'all like free stuff? Joel showed me a free app and gave us free education. But I don't like him. He be talking about me. He be making me feel some type of way. Download the free app, okay? Yes, I'm going to talk about all of yous because I made all the same decisions. If you come in here, you're going to feel some type of way. You're going to feel like I'm attacking you and your character. I'm doing it on purpose so that you can feel uneasy so you won't make the same mistakes. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake, but making the same mistake over and over again is where there's a problem. Joel is so mean. What kind of mother raised him? Oh my God. All right, so let's talk about Apple. Very easy. When you go to Yahoo Finance, you're going to pull up Apple. And you're going to see, let me make this a little bit smaller so you guys can see it. When you pull up Apple, well, actually, you're not even going to pull up Apple. When you pull up the app, it's going to look all crazy. You're going to be like, I don't know what is going on this app. Great. You're going to go to the search tab and you're going to type Apple. Why do we always start off with Apple? Because Apple is like the S&P of the stock market. It's like that stock that everybody is comfortable with. Everybody knows Apple ain't going nowhere in the next 10, 15, 20 years, right? They've been a leader for so long, like nobody can keep them down. And they're involved in everything that's supposed to be the future of the market. So they position themselves where they can't go anywhere. You're going to hear about them for the rest, well, at least for the next 20 years. It's not like MySpace or Napster. What's another company that's not here? Or look, it's about to be SNAP. I thought SNAP was going to be around, but SNAP is not doing well in the stock market. Check out the market cap. So when you pull the search tab up, BlackBerry. Did anybody here got a Nokia phone still? Y'all still got, and do you say Nokia or Nokia? Is it Nokia or Nokia? What? Safari said Yahoo may have an affiliate program. Well, I'm going to be angry if they do. Somebody said they found their BlackBerry in the garage. You need to sell that thing and then turn that junk into your, whatever amount of money you get for that Nokia, sell it and then put it into gold or silver or Bitcoin. All right, but when you go to Yahoo Finance, guys, you go to the search tab. When you go to the search tab, if you don't know the ticker symbol, a ticker symbol is just a short code that we use to find a particular stock. When you find that particular stock, no matter what brokerage you go to, anytime you type AAPL, it's going to pull up the stock price for Apple. Apple's stock price is going to be the same no matter what brokerage you go to. Now, there might be different fees involved. So like, let's say I bought $121 worth of Apple. It might cost you sometimes free on some apps like The Hood, but some apps, it might cost you $3 to place a $121 order to buy Apple. So that changes, but the price of Apple should be the same no matter what brokerage you use, whether it's Webull or E-Trade or M1 Finance or, you know, you guys can put other brokerages in the comment section so that other people, if they're in the market of finding a brokerage, and a brokerage is just where you go to buy stock, guys. It's like a candy store. If I go to a store, I go to a candy store to buy candy. I go to a brokerage to buy stocks. If I don't have any money, I can't buy any candy. If I don't have any money, I can't buy any stock. All right, so recommend some different brokerages in the comment sections. My favorite is Charles Schwab, so that you can have access to my tools that I use. The Hood is very popular because it's user friendly. Now, when I say the Hood, guys, it's not the Hood, but we can't say Robin and then the Hood on this app. We get in trouble for it, which I don't even know why. Like, come on, TikTok, like for real. It's not like they're a competitor. Like, I could see if they were a competitor. Fidelity is where I use my, Fidelity is where most, I said most. Fidelity is where, well, no, it is most. Fidelity is where most of our retirement accounts are. We have 401ks, we have self-directed IRAs. And just recently, I think within the last 3 years, I set up a SEP, SEP IRA. Great for business owners. All right. So if you don't know what a SEP IRA is, contact your financial person. I don't do that. Right. I didn't even put out my disclaimer. I'm going to do a disclaimer halfway through. My name is Joel Harrison. This is a DIY room. This is a do-it-yourself room. Anything that we talk about today are the opinions of Joel Harrison. The opinions. All right. All right. So for you guys that are out there searching for different brokerages, go into the comment sections there. These are reputable companies, but you do need to do your due diligence. Now, about 15, 20 years ago, I would have said, yo, I don't trust like none of them joints. Like, you really got to make sure that you know and talk to the right people. So at least at least most of the brokerages that are out there, especially the ones I see you guys listing, are pretty reputable. So when you go into that search tab, or even when you go in your brokerage, when you go into that search tab and you type in AAPL, most of your brokerages is going to pull up a chart. Charts are going to all read the same way, guys. They're going to go from left to right. And normally the default setting for charts are going to be what we call a day chart. That means every candle, a candle is just going to represent that day. And it's just going to tell you what happened during that day. Now, we're going to get into candlestick reading also. But for now, we're just reading these as graphs. Very easy graph to read. Apple on this particular day was $121.03 to buy at that time. And if you had bought it the day before, it was down 0.76%. So it was probably, I don't know what 1% is. 1% is like $1. So maybe Apple was like $121.85 the day before. And then today it's down 0.76%. That chart that you're also looking at, you're going to see different dates on it. So if I blow this up, you're going to see different days at the top of it. You see how it says 1D, 5D. Those are not bra sizes. All right. That's 1 day, 5 day, 1 month, 6 month, year to date, 1 year, 5 year, and then max is the ever since that particular stock came out, it's going to show you, from the day that it became a stock where you could buy it, it's going to show you the whole history of the company. And a lot of you guys didn't know that you could, at your fingertips, within seconds, I can look at the history of Apple. I can see what the lowest price was when it first came out to where it is today over a 30-year period. But if you don't want to do that, you can go down to a day. So 1 day is only going to show you 24 hours worth of information. 5 days is the reason why they use 5 days and not 7 days is because the market is open 5 days of the week, not 7 days. So it's going to show you 5 business days. 1 month is just 30 days of information. 6 months is a half a year worth of information. YTD, guys, is year to date. So anybody using the year to date chart now, I had people already hitting me. Oh, y'all want me to expand it? Oh, the life expand. I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying expand the chart. A lot of you guys are already saying, Joel, I pulled up the year to date and I'm not getting any information. Well, guys, there's only been 4 days, 5 days of this year. So you're only seeing 5 days worth of information if you're clicking year to date. So don't click year to date because it's going to frustrate you. You might as well just look at the 5-day chart. And then you look at the 5 year or the max. Now, 1 year is going to be what I use as a default setting when I'm teaching. So when I'm teaching, the very first chart I want you guys to pull up is the 1 year chart. And I want you guys to see if the chart is green or red. If it's green, it's a bullish company. If the chart is red, it's a bearish company. Listen to this, guys, because you're going to be like, what? 80% of the time, if you go with a company that's chart is green, you got about an 80% chance that you'll make money year over year. I know that's a crazy statistic, right? A lot of you guys are buying charts that are red thinking that you're buying a stock on sale and you don't realize you're buying what we call a bearish company. Now, I want you to really think about this psychologically. If I'm a hedge fund and I'm managing billions of dollars and I got choices, I can pick Apple, Microsoft, Google, Meta. I can pick all of these different companies. And these companies are making they're averaging like 20, 25% a year. And I know I wanna take a shot at some companies. And I'm a pension fund and a mutual fund. Why would I invest my clients' funds in a company that if I bought the stock 1 year ago, it's not even 1 penny higher than it was from a year ago? Why would I do that? What is the justification behind it? It can't be because, oh, this might be the bottom and maybe now it's gonna make third. Why would I buy that when I can buy a company that year over year for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years in a row is averaging 20%? Why would I trust a company that can't even be profitable in 1 year when I got the choice of picking dang near the top 20 companies in America that's making 15 to 20% a year? Please explain that to me. Because I'm going to tell you what's happening. Uncle Al is telling you guys to buy these terrible, bearish companies. Because he either works there, he got a stock tip from the barber shop, or he heard something when he was out golfing with the boys. See, Uncle Al don't know nothing about charts. All he sees is that, man, I got some information that nobody else has. Uncle Al is a thousandaire. What makes you think that your thousandaire uncle has information that these billionaire CEOs don't have? Explain that to me, please. Because that's what you guys are doing. You're listening to thousandaires give you stock tips instead of turning on your TV and the CEO of the company is telling you what they about to do. You guys rather choose the person that you trust than the CEO of a $1 trillion company that has to gain trust in all of their shareholders. Stop listening to thousandaires when it comes to investing. Stop it. They don't know what the heck they talking about. I made that same mistake, thinking I'm smarter than these guys. No, you're not. They move the market. They're having meetings. And unless you're in that meeting with them, you better be a janitor going by the door and you hear what they saying. or when they're going to buy back their company stock. Because the charts, guys, is showing you when they're buying. The charts are the polygraph. The charts are the charts don't lie. Charts don't lie, but Uncle Al, I told you, he has good intentions. Uncle Al don't know that he's doing wrong. He's just doing what we were taught, right? We were taught not to trust, the financial institutions and to trust your fellow brother. That doesn't work in the stock market. The stock market is actually about, hey, listening to the billionaires. It's literally listening to the billionaires only. Because they're going to tell you what they're doing, what they're not doing, and how they're doing it. You can hate Elon as much as you want. He's telling you where the market's about to go. They've already said this year, the key word this year is robotics. And it's funny, guys, the stock world has become like the fashion world. What was the name of the woman from The Devil Wears, what is it? The Devil Wears Prada? Anne or whatever her name is. You know how every year the fashion world comes out with, they basically tells you what's in and what's out, right? They have started doing that in the stock world. Last year, it was all about AI. During COVID, it was all about electrification. Electrification. Anything involved with electrification, you made money. The year before that, it was web services. Oh, what is web services? I don't know. Then it was, it was crypto for a while and crypto mining, and it only lasts for like a year. This year, it's robotics. Well, who's leading in robotics? NVIDIA. What was the first thing that Jensen Huang showed at the beginning of the year? He showed a chip and a vehicle that's driving itself. They're telling you what to invest in, at least as far as trades. But if you listening to Uncle Al tell you what to buy and not the CEOs who are running the largest companies ever, you're going to get led astray. Oh, Anne Hathaway. Yeah, Anne Hathaway. Oh, well, that was the actress. I'm talking about the actual who Anne Hathaway was playing. Anyway, so that's how you read this chart. So, before I start looking at you guys' stocks, because we're going to pull up your stocks, we're going to go through it again. So, this is what we've learned in the past 3 days. In the past 3 days, if you haven't been here, we learned about market cap. We learned about stock price, which is an illusion. We don't care what the stock price is anymore. What we care about is our investment. That's all we care about. Hey, and how much it can grow. The market cap is the new stock price. The market cap is the new stock price. The market cap is the new stock price. So you can buy a piece of that market cap. If that market cap doubles, your investment doubles. If that market cap triples, your investment triples. But there is a caveat behind that. Companies can get so big they can't grow 100 or 1,000 times their size anymore. Microsoft, for example, on this particular chart was a $2 trillion company. It was a $2 trillion company. Y'all see that? Market cap. Well, dang, it ain't but so much money on this planet. Well, I just think that Microsoft is going to a quadrillion. It can get a quadrillion market cap. I'm like, well, what the heck is... I'm like, all right, well, what's quadrillion? Like, is quadrillion 1,000 times? Is it 100 times? Like, what can it get to? Microsoft is a $2 trillion company, guys. Even if it got to the size of gold, it would have to grow 10 times its value. And Microsoft ain't selling that many Windows PCs to be equal to all the gold on the planet. Anybody thinking that their investment in Microsoft right now is going to grow 10 times its value in the next year or two, you're not being realistic. You have never, ever looked at the market cap. You're looking at the stock price thinking, Joel, aren't there companies out there with $1,000 and $2,000 stock prices? Therefore, Microsoft can get to 2,000. No, people, you've been listening to Uncle Al too long trading penny stocks. This is where you make your money. And that number can grow at 20% a year. It can. In the last year, and we learned about, and this is a different chart. Look at this chart, guys. On this particular chart, and I don't remember when I created it. It might have been 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't know. But during that time, look at what the 52-week range of Microsoft was. The lowest price was 162. The highest price was 255. Even if you were a guru and you bought Microsoft at the absolute lows, you still wouldn't have made 100% return in 1 year. Even if you caught it for 162.31. Now, could you have made, because what, 162 to 255 is like, what, $100 gain, about a $90 gain. That's still a heck of a move off the bottom. That's like a 50 or 60% move off the lows. That's catching the absolute lows, guys. That's not like the average that it was up that year. That means it probably started at one level, it went down, and then from the lows, it jumped all the way to 255. I'm going to teach you guys how to buy it near this 162 if you follow the VIX. So yeah, in 1 year's time, if you look at the chart, you're going to see that charts are never going up in a straight line. Hold on, let me make this smaller. This is the only thing I hate about TikTok. But it's cool. It allows me to be able to teach. Now, is this chart bullish or bearish? Somebody tell me in the comment section. Is this bullish or bearish? Ooh, Raymond said the actual lows was 344 to 555. That's crazy. You see how that's like a same 60 or 70% move from the lows? That chart is bullish. It's green. You have a very high chance. You're giving yourself an edge that over years, not 1 year, guys, because 1 year we can have a bear market like we did in 2022. But you have a 80% chance that if you're buying this multi-year that you would probably be profitable, in 2 or 3 years. Almost, I wouldn't say almost guaranteed, but almost guaranteed. If you're dealing with a bullish company, you don't have those same percentages when you're dealing with a bearish company. A bearish company, guys, is not just a stock that goes down. Every single solitary stock that you buy is going to go down in value. You got to look at the beta to kind of see how far it could go down. But if I buy something and in 1 year, it can't even make me 1 penny, it's not going in my portfolio, period. Bye-bye. Charts read from left to right. You can decide which chart to look at. 1 year chart is going to be the default setting. All right. So again, we learned about the market cap. That's the size of the company. This is a $2 trillion company on this chart. We look at today's stock price. That's today's stock price, but you can invest anything you want these days. If you're dealing with the hood or you're on something like a Fidelity, or if you're on something like, guys, you can buy stock on the Cash APP and on VENMO or PAYPAL. I don't know which one. I don't know if it's Pay, PAL, or VENMO that you can buy stock on. It's it's the same company. I just don't know which one. It might be both. So we learned about stock price, market cap, bullish or bearish, 1 year low and the highest price, the 52-week range. 52-week range is important because you need to know if you're buying something at the highs or lows. So let's play the game. Let's play the chart reading game. So what I want you guys to do is list companies in the comment section, and my moderator is going to pull those stocks for me. And we're going to pull up your companies live. And we're going to say, are they bullish? Are they bearish? And we're going to see by looking at the 1 year chart, the history of that company. Okay? This is very important because you got to categorize what kind of stock that you're with. It's kind of like people and individuals. Is this a very emotional company? Is this a very stable company? Is this company injured right now? Bearish companies are injured companies. I stay away from injured companies. It doesn't mean that I won't buy them later. I just don't buy. Like right now, I'm not hiring Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback, even though he's got 3 Super Bowl rings. He ain't starting on my team. Just like I wouldn't have gave $100 million to Kirk Cousins. But y'all see Kirk Cousins doing well 2 years later or 3 years later. He's had time to heal. He's probably about 80% back from where he was. But when we were trying to start him, he had just had an Achilles injury like 6 months prior. I ain't trying to start no quarterback with an Achilles injury. You guys can. Joel ain't going that route. Not when there's 50 other quarterbacks I can pick from. Why am I going to buy an injured company when there's 1,000 other companies I can buy? All right. So let's do it. Let's pull up your stock. So let me pull up my charts. Now, there is a way to do it here where you won't get in trouble. So a lot of you guys that are using the desktop version, Uh-oh, that didn't pop up. Ah, there we go. Woo. I was like, uh-oh. All right, so Apple is on there. So Apple is up there right now. Is Apple bullish or bearish? Someone tell me what the market cap is, and I need to know the beta. Is this chart bullish or bearish? I want you guys to look. I'm not even teaching anymore. I'm just going to sit back and let you guys tell the world what's going on with these companies. Great. Look at the comment section. Is the company bullish or bearish? All right. In the last year. Oh, wait. Is that the year chart or the 5 year? Let me switch back real quick. Hold on. That's the 5 year. Okay. I do have a 5 year chart up. So I did say I wanted to pull up the 1 year. So let me change that chart real quick. I'm going to change it to 1 year. The 1 year chart is going to tell you how much Apple is up year over year. Can somebody tell me if you bought Apple 1 year ago today, how much did it go up in 1 year? Guys, you're getting all this information off of this chart quickly. All this information is on this chart. You see under 1 year? Under 1 year, you're going to see a green box. That's telling you over the year how much Apple is up over the last year. So Apple is up 7%. It's a bullish company. Can someone tell me? Oh, Kristen Morris says, how and why did you get in? Oh, how and why did you get into this? All right, I'll tell you my story later. Everyone knows my story. I'll tell that story later, though. 7%. Great. So it's a bullish company. It's a bullish company. Year over year, Apple is up 7%. Now, 7% isn't killing the bank. To be honest, 7% underperformed the S&P 500, people. You could have had your money in the 500 largest companies on the planet, and you would have done better than owning Apple individually if you bought it on this day. Now, people like me, I'm going to teach you guys how to buy these stocks on sale. So that 1 year, you see that dip that you guys see down there? That's where we would have bought Apple. Now, everybody says, well, Joel, everybody would have known to buy Apple when it goes down in price. Like, you ain't no guru for that. Yeah, but did anybody tell you that I would have bought Apple when the volatility index was over 50? See, that's where I'm different than anyone else. I don't buy stock, guys. Guys, personally, when I really, really buy into the market, I don't start buying into the market until the volatility index is above 30 or higher. We hit 28 just recently. I don't go all in on stocks until we're at about a 28. And I'm talking to my investors. I'm not talking to my day traders. Day traders, I'll wake up tomorrow and I don't care what the weather is like and I'll trade Apple. But I don't know if I'm going to be bullish or bearish. I wake up neutral. But if I was an investor, even a swing trader, I'm going to stick to, if I'm a swing trader and I want to make moves to the upside, I'm going to stick to bullish companies. I don't have to necessarily wait for the VIX when I'm swing trading, but I definitely want to wait for the VIX when I'm buying leaps or like when you want to make stupid money. You wait until the volatility index hits 50 and then you can buy calls 6 months, 12 months out and see numbers that you've never seen in your life. Oh, someone out for Shasha says, where do you see the 7%? It's literally in the middle of the screen. So if you see Apple and you go down to where it says 1 year and 5 year, right underneath 1 year and 5 year, it gives you the percentage. Nah, I don't have Discord, even though they're telling me to create a Discord on this platform. Now, if y'all know how to do it, I'll do it. But for now, I've been going live at 1 o'clock, so that's kind of like my Discord. All right. All right. Let's get another one. Bitcoin. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you can buy Bitcoin. You don't have to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase anymore. You don't have to buy Bitcoin on a crypto brokerage. You can buy Bitcoin in stock form now in an ETF. Guys, so my original Bitcoin that I purchased it through I was on Binance and Coinbase at the time. I was going back and forth through Binance and Coinbase. Binance got banned from the United States and they had to create a new Binance USA. So I switched everything over to Coinbase. When I switched everything over to Coinbase, I put my things in Vault. So don't get mad at me and scream at me. All right. I had it in. If you're going to be on Coinbase, guys, and you want to protect your funds, put your funds in the vault that Coinbase creates for you, because that makes your coins offline, which makes it very hard for somebody to steal. Now, anybody can steal anything. I get that. But it made it very hard for people to steal it. So if you're going to keep your money on Coinbase, put it in a vault like I did. Now, people ask me all the time, well, Joel, why wouldn't you buy your crypto and put it in your Coinbase account if you're going to try to hold it to 1 million? You can stake it and make money on it. I get that. But I rather put it in a retirement account because I want to protect myself. Think about what I just said. I'm protecting me. I know how ignorant I am. See, the last time Bitcoin hit 50K, I went out and bought a BMW i8. All right. So I'm ignorant, right? So if you know yourself and you want to protect yourself and you really want that asset to go to $1 million, you got to put that money in places that you can't touch. So I put it in a retirement account so that when it hits 1 million or 2 million or 3 million in the future, not only is it protected, but because it's a retirement account, I'm not going to have to pay that much taxes on it. So you got to make sure you talk to a tax person because crypto is still in that learning phase. So I'm just telling you guys what I did, and we'll just see what happens when it hits 1 million. Okay. But I bought it in stock form and I bought it in BTCO. Now, here's the 1 year chart. The 1 year chart, guys, interestingly enough, people don't know this, but in the last year over year, Bitcoin became bearish. Uh-oh, spaghetti, yo. Joel just said he wouldn't buy anything. That year over year, if I bought it 1 year ago, I'm not even making any money 1 year later. Guys, I just sold some Ripple that I bought early last year in January. I just sold all of my Ripple today to take care of. Look, I got to take my car in tomorrow. I am mad about this. The only thing I hate about Teslas is there's only 2 tires you can buy for them. You can buy Pirellis or you can buy Michelins. The Michelins are pretty cool, but I've had Pirellis on mine. Well, those Pirellis cost $2,400. And I'm going to have to go to the Tesla dealership tomorrow and pay $2,400 for 4 tires. But anyway, what's great about that account and the moral of this story is that I started what we call a crypto mortgage in one of my rooms. How does a crypto mortgage or a crypto subscription, how does that work? So I used to get angry every year. Every Christmas, I would get mad because I would spend thousands of dollars and I hate having credit card debt. I just hate it. Like if I can't buy something, like even with cars, like we don't have any, like every car that I bought is paid off recently. I used to get loans on cars. If I can't pay for that full car, then I don't deserve that car. That's just my philosophy. That's a millionaire mindset. If I can't afford that, if I can't pay that car off in cash, then I don't deserve that car. If I can pay for it in cash, then I deserve it. Okay? So, oh shoot, hold on. So I used to get upset. Oh well, hold on. I used to get upset every Christmas because if you know my story, I keep $100 in my checking account and everything else is invested. I only keep $100 in my checking account. I keep $100 in my checking account. So at Christmas time, my $100 ain't gonna really do much. Thank you for the hat. I mean, thank you, traders, or howdy traders. So I created this thing called a crypto subscription or crypto mortgage where you pay yourself. So in January, I start investing in my Christmas in January. So last year, we all decided we're going to do a crypto mortgage. I don't know what we're going to use this year, but we decided to do a crypto subscription in ourselves, which is $100 a week. Now, why did I do $100 a week? Because if there's 52 weeks in a year and I put $100 into the crypto market a week, I'll have $5,200 minimum, even if we don't go up at all. So I know I'll have at least $5,000 available to me where I can buy Christmas gifts. I don't have to go to my credit card. Or if I go to my credit card, I can pay it off with the crypto mortgage that I did for the full year. And that's just $100 a week. And that $100 may come from anywhere. It may come from, usually it's coming from what I'm making during the week. Whatever I do, whatever my hustles are, 100 of that dollars goes into the crypto market. And I have to buy something. So what's interesting, guys, is that account by June was sitting at like $10,000. Now, remember, I was putting $100 in it every week. In June, it was sitting at 10 grand. Now, I'm thinking it's about to go to like 20 grand. And then, of course, everyone sees what happened with Bitcoin. You see this chart? My little 10 grand went all the way back down to about, 5,200 or whatever. Now, luckily, I had my money in something that was ripping. Bitcoin didn't make any money year after year, but Ethereum did. Ethereum is still up 30 or 40%. So I still profited on that cryptocurrency subscription over the year. And I sold part of it today. I didn't even sell all of it, guys. I sold my Ripple because I bought Ripple, Ethereum, and Solana. I bought Ripple, Solana, and Ethereum. And my Ethereum protected the account. You remember how I told you guys you should never have all your eggs in one basket? The beginning of the deposits, I was putting it in Ripple because I felt like Ripple had a chance to really, really go up in price. I really wasn't even putting anything in Ethereum. So then after I had my Ripple investment, I put in my Ethereum. I wanted to own a full Ethereum. So I kept putting in 100 until I owned a full Ethereum. And then I did the same thing in Solana. Ethereum protected the whole account. Solana and Ripple were down for the year. Ethereum was doing extremely well. So I took my same philosophy and I said, Ethereum, you get to stay in the account. Ripple and Solana, ta-ta. You're paying for my tires tomorrow. And then because I could have taken those losses last year. A lot of people are like, why didn't you take the hit last year tax wise? And then I could have written that off in taxes. You're right. I probably should have done it, but it was only like $3,000. Like, so what? You know what I'm saying? I just needed $2,500 to pay for my tires. Anyway, the moral of the story, guys, is that those funds were there because I was investing in myself. And because I was investing in myself, I didn't have to go to my credit cards. And there was liquidity there so that I can use it for silly stuff like this, silly stuff like my tires. Okay. Now, well, think about this, Andrew. Just because I sold today, this is a very good question. For one, wait, I just pinned something. Where did it go? Here it is. So Andrew said, why sell today? Shouldn't you be acquiring more? Yeah. But I'm trying to show you guys that usually, think about what I just said, and we're going to see if it plays out this way. Usually, if something is down year after year, even one penny, is probably going lower. So why not sell here, pay for my tires? Think about what I'm doing. Sell it now, pay for my tires. Let's say it's $2,500. Then next week, start putting $100 back into the same companies. If it goes down in value, I'm doing myself a favor. I'm dollar cost averaging as it's going down until I get another 2,500 in. And then maybe it turns around. Remember, if I'm putting $100 in every month, let's say it doesn't turn around for 4 months. Well, I just put 4, 8, 12. I just put $1,600 into that particular crypto. And then it might turn around and that 1,600 might end up being worth $4,000 or $5,000. The moral of the story is if you pay yourself first, you don't ever have to worry about credit card debt. Okay? And even in a market where crypto really didn't do well, I ended up lucking up. You know why I lucked up? Because I diversified myself into crypto. See, a lot of you guys are going to come in and go after one. And if that one doesn't work out, that's it. And I keep telling you guys over and over again, diversify, diversify, diversify. If you're going to go into the crypto space, grab like 3 or 4 of them. You don't know which one's going to take off. You know, crypto may take off, but every now and then what you want to happen in a certain time frame doesn't work out that way. All right. All right. So let me get to you guys' stocks. It's 7:30. I want to make sure I get to a lot of you guys' companies today. Great questions, though. But if you want to understand the millionaire mindset and how I go about doing it, I don't like to finance anything. I hate financing. I can't remember the last time I filled out a credit report that had to go in because I needed financing from a bank. I can't remember the last time I did that. I think we did it when we had to do it. We did a renovation on our home. And the only reason we did that was because we were using the equity that was already in our home to do the renovations. So I don't really count that because that's just our funds anyway, right? But when it comes to cars, if I can't buy that car outright, I don't deserve it. So that's just my mindset. And that's just how I feel. You guys are financing these vehicles for $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a month. Do you guys know what $3,000 a month if you were dollar cost averaging over a 5-year period? Y'all know what that? I've seen a $3,000 invest. I'm not even lying to you guys. I've seen $3,000 investments in companies like Nvidia or Netflix over a 5-year period that turned into millions. Not thousands, guys. I'm talking about millions. On a $3,000 on the first of every month, you put $3,000 in a company before it explodes in value. So why would I put those funds in a car? And I love cars. I'm ignorant. I love cars just like the next person. But why do that when I can just sit back for 5 years, invest the funds that I was gonna use to go into the financing of that vehicle, and just wait 5 years. And now you can probably buy 2, 3, 4 of those vehicles. Crypto will probably run. I just gave it a year. But remember, I'm still invested in Ethereum. I just sold my Ripple. I still got my Solana and I got my my Ethereum. And I got a full Bitcoin. So it's not like I'm not capitalizing on the space. I just took a little piece of it, the one that's losing, and it's going to pay for my tires. And it's going to make me feel so good that I'm taking this loser to pay for these $2,500 tires that I'm pissed off about. All right, next stock. Sorry about that. Y'all know I'll be going on a tangent. But I want you guys to understand how I think. All right, NVIDIA. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is always going to be a popular one, guys, because it's the largest company on this dang planet. Before we even look at Bitcoin, before we go to NVIDIA, if you go to net assets, that's kind of like your market cap. The Bitcoin index, guys, is not going to tell you the market cap of Bitcoin. So this particular index buys Bitcoin, is backed in Bitcoin. So that's why it moves with Bitcoin. That's why I can buy. That's why I can have 92. I have 1,000 shares. So 1,000 shares is $92,000. So I have $92,000 worth of Bitcoin, and it moves with the $92,000 coin. So if Bitcoin hits 1 million because I bought 1,000 shares, that account should hit 1 million. And I'll sit back like I started out with $500 and it's now worth 100 grand. So I got so much profit in crypto. I don't care what Bitcoin does. I mean, if it goes to zero, I lose $500. That's what I started with. I started with 500. If I lose 500 in it, I'm going to go for the ride. It doesn't stop me from getting to my goal, which is millions in other ways. This is just one of them. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to make sure you guys know that. So let's look at NVIDIA. So when I pull up NVIDIA, and I'm going to go through these fast now. All right. So make sure that you guys are grabbing the stickers. We're going to do this very, very fast. We're not going to spend no more than a minute on each of these companies. It's 7:39 now. We're going to look at least 15 companies. All right. 15 minimum. That means I got to shut the hell up. All right. So let's look at NVIDIA, and hopefully this chart works. Okay. It's working now. Here's NVIDIA. Is it bullish or bearish? Look at the 1-year chart, and somebody tell me, what is the market cap of NVIDIA? How much is it up for the year? How much is NVIDIA up for the year? What is its market cap? And I also need to know the beta. Oh my God, the beta is high as all outdoors. It's bullish. How do we know it's bullish? It's green. It is bullish. Somebody tell me the market cap. So we know that it's bullish. Great answer. We know that it's bullish. G7, the one and only. Somebody tell me the market cap. I need the market cap. These are the 3 things I need. I need the market cap. I need to know how big it is, and I need to know the beta. So y'all see that? Neff Newman says that it's $4.559 trillion. I trust that number because I know market caps. Guys, NVIDIA is a $4 trillion company, and you guys buying it right now expecting to get rich. You missed out on making money in NVIDIA, guys. You should have been buying it back in 2016 when I was telling you to buy it, when it was a $25 billion company. Do the math. What's 25 billion divided by 4 trillion? That's how much you could have made. What's 25 billion divided by 4.5 trillion? Something ridiculous? Like what, 20 times? Imagine making 20 times your money. Imagine putting $1,000 in something and it's worth 20. That's crazy. $100 in something and it's worth 2,000. The beta is absolutely guys, I rarely see the largest company in the world. This is an anomaly. This is an absolute anomaly. To see a company with a beta of 2. Guys, a beta of 2.31 is usually your meme stocks that just pump and dump schemes, where you see them break out and then they fall in price and lose people money. You usually see high beta company like crypto. When it first came out, has betas that high. You're talking about a company that moves like cryptocurrency. That's the largest company on the planet. Now, here's the thing. When you have a beta like that, guys, NVIDIA can drop to, it's $187 right now. I'm sorry to say this to you guys. NVIDIA can drop 50% in the next year and it still will be bullish. Somebody tell me the 52-week range of NVIDIA. What's the 52-week range? I know I said I was going to spend a minute. Looks like I'm going over. What's the 52-week range of NVIDIA? You guys are reading these charts extremely well. 52-week range. I got the answer. I wish I could GIF you guys when you guys are giving these answers. They got to figure out a way that I can GIF the audience. The lows of Nvidia was $86, guys. Y'all out here buying penny stocks, and you got the largest company on the planet not only doubling in value, it almost gave you a triple. A triple in the largest company on the planet, guys, that's unheard of. That means even though you think the valuations are crazy, Nvidia is trying to tell you guys the whole industry is changing. Now, back in 2000, back in these different periods where we would see an actual bubble, a lot of these companies, when earnings came around, the earnings didn't match what the stock was doing. Like the PE ratios was through the roof. The PE ratios were like 700 or 800. It was something ridiculous. And we haven't talked about PE ratios. Guys, this got a modest PE ratio of 46, which is still extremely high. 20 is considered like average. It's got a 46, which is double. But it keeps coming in with its earnings, and it's like it keeps blowing out the numbers. So for you guys that think that it's a bubble, I'm sorry to tell you this. Nvidia is coming with the numbers. They're like, we told you that we selling these chips like hotcakes. And Wall Street keeps saying, y'all can't continue to keep rising at this particular rate. And then the next earnings come out and they were like, we told you Russia was going to buy some and China was going to buy some and Saudi Arabia about to buy $1 trillion worth of it. Y'all know what $1 trillion can buy? The company is worth $4 trillion. Think about that. The company's worth $4 trillion. And Saudi Arabia just said they going to buy $1 trillion worth of chips. And y'all still out here talking about it's a bubble. Because you're not turning on your TV. You're listening to Cousin Al because $1 trillion seems obscene to you. We about to have $1 trillion CEO. I know I'm talking. Next stock. Next stock. Next stock. TEM. TEM. Tempest AI. Never heard of this one. And it's got AI attached to it now. I hope you didn't show me no. Okay, it's got a. All right, so this is what we call. This bad boy don't even have beta, but let's look at it. This stock, tell me if it's bullish or bearish. Year over year, what did it do? It's up 70%. Is this a bullish or bearish company? Is it bullish or bearish? It's bullish. What is the market cap? What is the market cap? What is the 52-week range? What is the market cap? What is the 52-week range? Market cap, I didn't even look at it. It's up 70%. It's bullish. It's a small company. Guys, small companies is where you get rich. It's got AI attached to it. I don't even know what they do. This is why I love sessions like this. I don't know about all of these companies. But what I will do is I'll go back and maybe research Tim. Maybe I'll go on ChatGPT. Thank you. Thank you for the heart me. Maybe go on ChatGPT. I'll ask it, what is Tim? What industry are they in? What other companies are investing in this company? See, these are the questions we couldn't ask back in the day. Y'all know you can go in your chat right now and say, out of NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Google, and Meta, are any of these mega companies investing in TIM? And it will tell you. And if I see any of them companies buying TEM, I'm buying it also. Why? Because I don't listen to Uncle Al. I listen to the $1 trillion companies and watch what they buying. Some of my biggest winners last year is because of AI. Not because I was in this secret society where we were in these rooms and these caves and someone came in and said, you know, SoundHound is going to be the stock of the future. Don't tell anybody about it. And anybody that knows about this, make sure you charge them $10,000 to come to this class so that they can hear about this. Because that's what y'all are doing. Y'all ever turn on your TV and you hear, I have a stock that can grow 1,000 times bigger than NVIDIA. If you click on this particular link and join our webinar, I too will tell you how you can buy the next Nvidia. The same commercial over and over again. When you literally can be like, what's Nvidia and Apple and Amazon and Google buying? They telling you what the next companies are going to be, because guys, this world is not about the best company making the most money. It's who's investing in this company that's gonna make this work. The people at the top, I'm sorry to tell you this, the people at the top are the ones that give the people at the bottom jobs. If Nvidia decides we're going to go with SoundHound because we're going to put SoundHound in all of our technology, then guess what? SoundHound's going to go up in value if Nvidia is going up in value. It's just how it works. Stop listening to Cousin Al and start listening to Jensen Huang and Tim Cook. Start learning these CEOs. You guys don't even know these CEOs. You so mad at Elon. That's the only CEO y'all know. Only CEO y'all know is Elon. Then I'll be like, well, who's the Google CEO? I don't know. You use it every day. Are you following the Google CEO and making sure they're not making ridiculous comments? Who's the Nike CEO? Who's the Adidas CEO? Who's the Heinz CEO? Who's the Kellogg CEO? Y'all know Microsoft. Y'all know Bill Gates. You know Tim Cook. Most of you guys don't know Jensen Huang. All right, next stock. Next stock. All right, I'll pull it. Oh, thank you. APLD. Ooh, I love that one. Applied Digital. I hope you guys are writing these stocks down. I love these sessions because it's introducing. I rather do sessions like this. This is way better than listening to Uncle Al, because now you can take that stock. We're all analyzing them together. So at least you know this is a bullish company that has this market cap. And if I want to buy it, this is the 52-week range. It looks like I'm buying it at the highs. Joel has showed me to look at the beta. And it's probably going to drop 20 or 30%. So wait until you buy it, right? So if I was to look at APLD, I said 20 stocks. We barely got through 5. APLD, Applied Digital. Guys, this was one of those stocks that I went on ChatGPT and I said, is there any major companies buying Applied Digital? And they were like, yeah, Nvidia's buying it. And I was like, word? The largest company on the planet is buying Applied Digital? I guess I need to buy it. Oh my God, Joel, you're such a genius and you're just a guru. How do you know about these stocks? Because I know how to ask a question. All right, what is this company bullish or bearish? Year over year, this company is up 200%. Y'all need to send my check in the mail because I put you guys on to this. Because one night I was bored and I said, is Nvidia or Apple or Microsoft buying anything in the last 3 months? And the GPT said, sure. Nvidia just bought however many shares of this particular company because they want to use this company to do this, that, and the other. Now, did I buy it that day? Nah. I looked at the beta. I made sure that it was a bullish company at the time. And if the beta, that beta is crazy, but I don't think, sometimes the beta is ridiculous, guys. Like that 7 beta, sometimes the numbers be a little bit off. So when I see a number like that, I don't think, oh my God, it's the biggest beta on earth. I just think it's a high beta company. So high beta companies drop 50%. So if a company can go up 200% in 1 year, it's probably going to drop 50%. If I decided I wanted to buy this company, I'm going to wait until I see it hit a high of 38, and I'm literally going to cut it in half. When I see 38, I would have said, all right, I'm buying it when it gets to 19 or 20. Guess what price it dropped to, guys? $19 to $20. You could have bought it at 19 or 20. It's sitting at 30 right now. You could have got a 50% return. That's how you buy bullish companies. Stop buying companies that are down in price that have red charts. Those are bearish companies. I want you guys to stick to buying bullish companies. not bearish. Year over year, it's still up. That means people still have confidence in it. Is it going to drop? Yes, because high beta companies drop 50%. I want you guys to understand that. High beta companies can be the best company on the planet. They drop 50%. It's not because something is going on with the company. It's just because that's what high beta companies do. You're on the investing side. It doesn't mean that the company is making half of what they made last quarter. Although if you get those types of numbers, that's bad for the company. But you're on the investing side. And this is how you got to understand the investing lingo. High beta drops 50, period. Anything closer to 1.0, 1.2 probably is going to drop 20 to 30. You don't normally see a 50, 20 or 30 is the sweet spot. Anything less than 1.0 is usually like a 10 or a 15% drop. Very easy, basic way of categorizing your stocks and knowing when to buy them. But am I going to buy them when it's a red bullish chart? No, I want to make sure the chart is green. It hits a high. How do I find the high? That's why we're doing the 52-week range. The 52-week range of Applied Digital, this stock ran from $3 to $40. I think I got you guys in around 10. Yeah, it was around $10. And I was out, I think, at 30. I made my money and was gone. It was a very good swing trade. Well, why wouldn't you stay in it, Joel? The stock went up 200% in a year. Anybody that said, why are you still in, Joel? Probably ain't never bought no stock. That's not normal for a stock to grow 200% in 1 year. People are going to take profit. They're going to take profit and then reinvest when it drops 50%. It's just simple math. It's nothing that's just how stocks work. Okay. All right. What's the next one? We got 5 minutes. What's the next one? What's the next one? Give it to me. SanDisk. Oh, dang, I wish I could gift you Alberto Williams. Alberto Williams been watching TV. Guys, SanDisk? The little SanDisk chart? Oh my, if you were invested in SanDisk, let me tell you something. SanDisk is the reason why data centers, you can't create data centers without companies like SanDisk. Oh my God. So you're talking about something that runs. When you hear the topic of the year and you find companies that are the core of that space. So that's why NVIDIA ran the way it ran, because NVIDIA is AI. SanDisk is data centers. Right towards the end of the year, everybody started talking about data centers. Guys, this was the trade of the decade. And I'm not saying it because I've seen crypto, I've seen stocks that have performed better than this. But for a stock that's just common that we all use on an everyday basis, it was almost a no-brainer. It's up 27% just in after hours. This stock, guys, look at the 52-week range. You ain't even gonna believe these numbers. Somebody write the 52-week range of SanDisk. Absolutely bonkers. Somebody write the 52-week range. It's gonna blow your freaking minds. What was the 52-week range? Somebody write it or pull it up. The 52-week range. Thank you, Crawler Knowledge. Hold up. I got it. I can pin it. 52-week range was 27. Imagine buying something for $27, guys, and it goes to $350. Now, here's the thing. Do not buy it tomorrow. I know y'all got FOMO. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. I'm going to come up with an acronym for it that's so negative that you're not going to want to use FOMO anymore. I don't know if you guys can think of one that's better than fear of missing out. Because, see, fear of missing out ain't scaring y'all from buying this. We need something that's so negative that you're like, I don't want to be FOMO. I need a terrible acronym. This bad boy is up 27% today. That's wild. I don't think you can buy options in it. Now look, guys, the market cap is 50 billion. The market cap is 50 billion. But here's the thing, I don't know how much they're appraising these types of companies. So just because it's 50 billion doesn't mean that it can be the next Nvidia and be $1 trillion. You got to see what the largest so what I usually do in this situation, let's say I know what SanDisk is, but I don't know how to price it because the market cap is 50 billion. We call that like your appraisal also. I would go on ChatGPT and I would say, what other companies are similar to SanDisk? And can you please list their market caps? Now, if you don't use a GPT, I believe Google's AI is pretty smart now. So if you don't have Gemini, I think you can go on the Google search now and you can ask the same question. And it will be just as specific as it would if you were on GPT. And whatever that list is, it's going to tell you the market caps of all of those different companies. I would look at those market caps and see how those market caps are in relation to this to see how big it can actually grow. So let's say the largest company that's similar to it is 250 billion in size. So then I'll say, all right, if this company is growing and it's got a beta that's this high, it looks like it's going to reach the market cap of the biggest player in the space. So at least I know where it can go to. All right. We call that a comp in the real estate market. We use comps to kind of figure out if I want to buy real estate, what I can sell it for. You're on the investor side of investing in these stocks. So you got to use different companies as comps. Nvidia is the comp for the AI company of all time, right? So with it being a $4.5 trillion market cap, any mega cap company, we all say, oh, it can probably reach 4.5 trillion one day. Apple can get there. Amazon can get there. Microsoft can get there. Google can get there. And guess what else can get there, guys? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now being talked about in this space, but it's staying just a little bit behind everybody. It's letting the leaders hit these bigger numbers, and then Bitcoin crawls up in those spaces. It's kind of like they're pushing the envelope, and then investors feel more comfortable putting stuff in Bitcoin until its market cap grows. So in my opinion, guys, I don't actually think Bitcoin's going to hit $30 trillion until an Nvidia, a Microsoft, or Google hits 30 trillion. And they probably have to hit 40 trillion in order for that to happen. If you believe Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google can reach 30 trillion, and Bitcoin is going to sit right there behind it. And even if it gets to 20 trillion, you're talking about $1 million coin. All right. Trying to show you guys how investors think when they're coming into the market. And if somehow or another it overtakes these, which I haven't seen yet, Bitcoin has not overtaken the largest companies on the planet yet. It's sitting right there with them, though. Bitcoin's $1 trillion asset, guys. I don't know if you guys know this. Bitcoin, I'm gonna pull it up right now. You can pull up Bitcoin in your and I got to get out of here. You can pull up Bitcoin in your Yahoo Finance. Look, guys, somebody tell me what is the market cap of Bitcoin right now? I know you guys are like, hold up, I can find the market cap of Bitcoin on Yahoo Finance. Yeah. Most of you guys had no idea that Bitcoin had a market cap, and it does. How else did I know that my 5,000 was going to 50,000? If you type BTC USD, you're going to see the market cap. Somebody tell me what the market cap of Bitcoin is from the Yahoo Finance page. It's actually, is that it? Hold on. Let me see if you're right. The market cap. Oh, it's 1.85 trillion. Thank you, Ann Barrera. So let's just do the math. Let's just say it's 2 trillion. Bitcoin sitting at 90,000. Bitcoin sitting at 90,000 a coin. If the market cap jumps from 2 trillion to 20 trillion, that's 10 times its value. That takes this from a $90,000 coin to a $900,000 coin. You guys are starting to see how it works now. Market cap is where you make your money, not the stock price. You can be afraid of it because you're afraid that that number can get there, but you got to understand there's $1 trillion circulating in Bitcoin. So 90,000 is not a lot in comparison to 1.8 trillion. So anyone that says Bitcoin is worthless, no, it's not. It's worth 1.8 trillion. And that 1.8 trillion didn't come out of the sky. It wasn't because we value this asset that's not being used at 1.8 trillion. No appraiser came in and said, this is the value we're going to get it. This is a educated guess. No. It's 1.8 trillion because $1.8 trillion was invested into Bitcoin. That's real money, real numbers. People argue that number can be larger now that you have indexes and ETFs. And they are right. There might be 1.8 trillion in Bitcoin, but Bitcoin could have hit, I think, they said $500,000 a long time ago if there was no indexes that were out there. Do y'all know that? If we didn't create the ETFs and the indexes, because there's so many other derivatives that you can invest into Bitcoin, they said Bitcoin would have hit like 4 trillion or something. I think there's 1 trillion or 2 trillion just in ETFs and other things that's related to Bitcoin, but not actually Bitcoin. Anyway. Those numbers are probably not correct. So make sure that you do your due diligence. But that is an additional amount of money that went into the indexes that you don't see here in the market cap. All right, I got to get out of here. Hopefully you guys learned a lot tonight. You learned how to read a chart. Over 5 years, Bitcoin is up 135%. So Bitcoin is starting to stabilize. If you bought Bitcoin 5 years ago, guys, it's keeping up with some of the best stocks that are out there. And I think that's what it's going to do. I think it's just going to sit right there, right underneath Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. And it's going to chill and just fly right under the radar. But it's going to rise when those companies rise, and it's going to go down when those companies go down. That's just my opinion. If it flies under the radar, we need these other companies to hit these $20 trillion marks before you see crypto do it. All right. So hopefully you guys learned a lot tonight. I educate like this every single solitary night. Just support the room. Make sure that you guys go and grab the what's this called? This is my supporter box. This is my goals right here. I need like 6 more hats if you guys can get it to me. But I have a goal every night. If all I ask for you guys to do is help me reach my goals. They're not that hard to reach. I needed 20 hats. I got 14, so I got 75% of my goal done. I also want you guys to help me. Hey, howdy traders. I also want you guys to support the people that are supporting the room, because these goals that are being met, these supporters are helping me reach it. That allows you guys to have free sessions every